So it's all this getting older unit that hasn't been maintained, but this for me is a big deal. Look at this. So I got nothing behind here. You sure you wanted to buy this? So there's gonna have to be some digging to go see the frame. Did it collapse? So what's holding your box is actually those little pad. We already have big concern, major items. It's like this one here. So that was a big problem to start with on this unit. Maybe you should have had an inspection before you signed on the dotted line, just saying.
It's RV inspection day, and today we are in Tucson, Arizona, and this 2014 Solera 24R is about to be inspected. Now stick around. We don't know what we're going to find, but we're certainly going to update you all day long, lunch and the end of the day.
First glimpse, Solera, must be Spanish. We already have a couple of things. I've been in here this morning earlier before the crew came in. Those are workshop inspectors that are with us. So we try to summarize the unit before we start, so we know what they should be finding or look for. So on this particular unit, which is a 14, as you remember, we already have big concern, major items. It's like this one here. As you can see, screws are popping up. The whole wall here, the motor of this Schwintek is actually behind, and this wall is going like this when we're actually working on these units. So that was a big problem to start with on this unit, and this is sold. Maybe you should have had an inspection before you signed on the dotted line, just saying. So back wall. So I got to slide out in the back here. So I want you to look at the angle, and I hope you're going to see this. So we're going to see the waves in here and all the delamination that's here. Nothing is hooked on here. So as you might not be able to see, but down here, this is our telltale sign. When I always tell you telltale, that's why. So right there, when you know you have this and you know you have this is leaking here, the floor's right there. You see the difference? You see all the little details? So it's all this manufacturing, getting older, unit that hasn't been maintained, but this for me is a big deal. Look at this. So I got nothing behind here. The problem, and here's another one we saw this morning. You sure you wanted to buy this? So there's gonna have to be some digging to go see the frame. Did it collapse? So what's holding your box is actually those little pad went through the floor. Is that why it hit there? Or did it end up in a ditch that they twisted the frame hard enough? Because there's no damage on the bumper. So listen to the signs that you have. What do I see? What am I supposed to see? And what needs to be done about it? Let's carry on. So as you can see, this has been probably going off-road or in the branches or whatever place they used to park this and had to slide through it. We'll see at the end of the day what are the surprises we're going to find in this. So let's check it out later.
So come on in, let's see my stow and go and my first glimpse. So coming in here, you know, it is a good stow and go. It's not a huge unit, right? So when you get up out of your passenger seat, you can actually come in here, you can stop, eat lunch, cook, do your dishes, microwave. You have full access to the refrigerator and even to your bathroom, which is right here, and your bed. Now the slide of the bed is in. You really probably, unless you're short like me, you can go to bed. If you're tall like Pierre, well, he's gonna have to sleep sitting up at the dining room table. That's all. And as far as first glimpse, yes, I come in here and I see that there's some delamination or something going on and the holes in the skylight. So, you know, you see these things right away. You can see that the trim boards are coming off. I see a lot of wrinkled wallpaper. As you can see right here, you'll see how wrinkled it is. And it feels dry. Of course, we'll check that with a moisture meter, but it does feel dry. So stick around and we'll see you at lunchtime. So it's lunchtime. Let's check out and see what Diego found in this RV. Let's start right here. As you can see, a lot of cracked leather here at the entrance, and you know, it's been peeling over here. But then let's talk about some bigger things. Hold on. So let's talk about some bigger things, like the slide trims that are really loose, and you can see that the paint is coming off the slide trims. But then go up a little bit. Look at the skylight, all the cracks that are in this skylight. Pretty big cracks. Not only that, speaking of cracks, let's look down here. We've got a cracked countertop, which is definitely worth something. And then we also have a lot of paper throughout the entire coach is wrinkled or missing, although there is no moisture readings at all. We're in Arizona, so things are dry. Coming into the bedroom, once again, we've got the slide trims that are really loose, but this one is broken completely. So is the slide not functioning properly? Again, a lot of wallpaper wrinkles up here, as you can see. And the mattress, well, the mattress is pretty disintegrated and coming apart. And you know, he's only halfway through and at lunchtime. So we're gonna check in with Diego at the end of the day and see what else he has found.
So end of the day recap. So on this one, as you may remember, we had issues, big issues with the rear slide out. So most likely the lamination, the wall, probably the floor is gone too. But now we even have on this skylight on top, right above the living room here. It is bad. I mean, from the structure that we saw on this side this morning, that the H-frame is coming out, it's loose. The top of the skylight actually has a hole the size of a dime. So water's coming into the roof. You will even when? So generator worked as intended. Water heater, I know we had a problem with the valve or the little plug itself that was seeping. Why didn't you check this? That's why you have an inspection. You're buying this, you're all excited, you think you're having a great time and a good deal into this unit. Think about it. So as you think, okay, I've seen everything is fine, I'm leaving. There's tabs that goes here. I want you to think of this. And some of you have those fifth wheel, travel trailer. You'll have the same problem. If there's no tab, nothing's holding this. Just keep this in mind. It goes there and it locks. And by the way, when we do an inspection, we do the same thing. We test this outlet to see if the electrical is right, if the voltage is right, if there's electrical issue, if the right system is installed behind that. So that's why we do what we do, and you stay home while we're doing this. Let's go check what Lowell has inside, unless I have an airplane that's coming up to me.
Here he comes.
Here's a warthog right there. So imagine the thrill of people like me and Jeff and a couple of kids of 60 years old. This was awesome all day. So thank you for the facility. This was awesome for us. Oh, we also inspected RV. Did I tell you that? Let's go check what Lowell has inside.
So it's the end of the day, and there is a lot to tell you about from the entire day. But starting right here, as you can see, they have changed the trim down here, either a dog or some wetness. I'd say wetness because for me, I can feel that this is kind of warped, and a dog is not going to have warped the wood. And the other thing, not only that, when I get inside of this cabinet, I can see that possibly, you know, there might have had something going on in here. What? I can't tell you, but it did not leak. But let's talk about leaks. So in the shower, Diego was able to test to see if we had any leaks coming into the RV, and there were none. But it leaked completely outside to the ground. So there's definitely a major water leak in the shower. As far as the microwave, it worked, but there is no turntable, so there's no glass in there. The stove was perfect, the oven worked perfectly, the refrigerator as well. And as he said, you know, coming in here, it's just a lot of wallpaper that is really wrinkled and coming down. So as far as the end of the day in this unit, at the end of the day, there's a lot of things that needs to be fixed. So you were leaving when, as Pierre likes to say? You got to think about that, because you're not going to leave the dealership right away. This is why you get an inspection. You want to make sure you know what's wrong with your unit so that that RV can be fixed before you sign on the dotted line.
Hola, I'm Diego.
And I'm David, and we just completed the 1-week training course to be certified as Blue Ox inspectors. I came here with high expectations, and I got them. They're not here just to get you trained, they actually care about you, and they're here to make you a better person.
And I came here with no expectations, have no idea about RVs, motorhomes, absolutely nothing. And now I feel like I have a lot of knowledge, like my brain is a sponge and it's completely full right now. I learned a lot. The training is intense. They make it really, really fun. They make you feel like family. It's truly awesome. I feel equipped to do a really good job when I go back home.
I researched a lot of different areas before I even came here, looking at other courses to take and spend thousands of dollars on other courses. But I'm very impressed with what I received, and my expectations were fully met and then some. And you know what? It's not about the destination. It's all about the journey.
Yeah!
It's not all about the destination. It's all about the journey.